It's a new year, which means new beginnings, which means new Davinci Resolve users. In this video, I'll be going over presets that all Davinci Resolve users need to know to speed up your editing process.
Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 stick.
First preset is the timeline. Go into my timeline here, you see I have all these different channels set up. I have the voice track, sound effects track, music, A-roll, B-roll. You don't want to have to set that up every time you go into Davinci Resolve. So once you get all this set up how you want for your project, whether it's for YouTube or the client work, you go up here to the thumbnail or to the thumbnail of the timeline, right click, timelines, export. You're gonna click the first option. Click it, you're gonna give it a name, which I just put YouTube, hit save, says you want to place. And there it is. It gives you a little file around your desktop. I'm gonna actually close Davinci Resolve and show you how it launches it. Davinci Resolve closed, not open. You just click on your timeline. And you go straight to the page. So every time I click on that little thumbnail on that icon on my desktop, it automatically launches my timeline for me in Davinci Resolve. Now you do have to go into your settings and choose your frame rate. So you can change your resolution, frame rate and all that, and then hit save. It won't save that to the timeline. Quick tip on the voice tracks, both of these are actually mono. To change that, you right click, go to change track type, click mono. You want mono for your voice tracks and pretty much leave everything else in studio as far as your background and your sound effects. At least that's what I do. All right, I got some footage here on the timeline. We go into the video effects. I'm just gonna grab this one and drop it in. You hold the Alt key and roll the mouse wheel. Stretch out your timeline, give you more room to work. Now within this transition, it's just plain old transition. Just preset that's built into it. Now say for instance, you go in here and make some changes. Open up the border width, maybe feather it, change the aspect ratio. Rotation, just little changes, and you want to use it going forward. You want to use it for other videos or other, just basically want to save the effect. You right click, create transition preset, and then you'll name it whatever. Click OK. Now back here in your video transitions, you scroll down. These are a couple I've been working on, and there's your effect. You can add it to your favorites, that way you make it easy to get to, or you can hit delete transition and continue on from there. This next one's not actually a preset, but you still want to save it. So say for instance, you go into Fusion, you're working on a node tree, you got all this going on, you don't want to lose it. Basically what you want to do, you select all, just select all by highlighting. You want to right click, settings, and go into save as. And basically want to name it. You can drop it on desktop, or you can drop it in, create a different folder for it. That'll allow you to go back to that project and that exact node tree for a future date and actually be able to make changes or anything like that. You also can create a micro for this same effect. So we're gonna highlight all again. We're gonna right click, go to micros, create micro. You'll name it something, and once you name it, what I would advise you do, especially if you want to, in the future that you want to change it, you will save it as a group. Therefore, when you bring that micro back into your project, say for instance, a future project that you want to use the same effect for, let's close this, no. Instead of it bringing in a micro, just like the simple node, it will actually bring this whole tree back up when you bring up that micro. And of course, during the saving process, like I said, when you'll name the file, you'll save as a group, and it will bring you up to your micros. So this is your folder with all your macros in. It will save it in there, and then when you want to bring it up for a future project, you just hit Control and Spacebar. Whatever that micro name is, just type it in, and it'll bring it up as the whole node tree instead of just an individual node. Are we on the color page? I just threw a LUT on this node here just to change it up. Basically, what you want to do is, if you have a sequence of footage like from your camera, it's all the same footage, just maybe talking head video, and you want to color grade it. Instead of having to go through and color grade each individual clip, this is a shortcut. It's not really a preset, but it's a shortcut. You right click and grab still. Once you grab your still, you go up here to your gallery, and that gallery will actually, that photo or that clip that it just took, the still it just took, say for instance, it's chopped this footage up, and then I'll show you. Now I have the same clip on my timeline 4 different times. The first one is on the one that got the color grade with the little LUT with the 3 nodes. The next 3 are all individual nodes, just the original footage. What you do is you grab that still, click on your second clip, grab a still, drop it on the node tree. It'll automatically copy any nodes from that original clip that you grab a still from to those other clips, thus quickening your process. So instead of having to color grade each individual clip, or maybe trying to save the nodes and everything, just grab a still, drop it on there, and you can keep that still in your power grade, or your power bin. Well, power grade, yeah. So you grab that, drop it in your power grade. These are just some other clips I have. So basically, anytime you, say for instance, you come up with a signature look. What am I doing right here? Okay. But anyway, you come up with any like a signature look for your particular footage that comes out of your camera, anything like this, look that you want to continue going forward, save it in power grade, and for every clip, just drop it, color grade it, done. Now we're on the audio page. They made a few changes to Davinci 17. I think it was not the last update, but the update before last. You can actually change the way your effects are ordered. So you click on it, and you can actually change the way, basically change the order and the way the effects are applied to your audio, which is pretty cool. You can just kind of mess around with it, see which one is the best one for you. But once you get your effects, say for instance, you go through and you put your vocal channels, noise reduction, echo, delay, de-esser, you put all this stuff together, and you want to keep that effect. You don't want to have to constantly change the audio every time you go back into your Fairlight page. You're gonna go up to Fairlight, go to preset library, change. Now it usually comes up as equalizer. You want to go down to global tracks. So basically, whatever track you're gonna say, if you're on track 1, I took the time to apply all the different effects. You click save new, and it will save all those effects and in the order in which you applied them. Or you can switch the order in your next project if you want to, utilizing the tabs over here on the audio channels, and it will save your effects. So like for instance here, my voiceover settings or background music settings on the music track, since it's already labeled, I'll make sure that one is the one highlighted. So say for example, I'm in a whole new project, select that, hit apply. It automatically changes any compression, the noise or noise reduction or anything like that I applied in my preset to that particular channel, quicken the process. Last but not least is your delivery tab. And you go through here and you make all your different adjustments, whether it's for YouTube, Twitter, or any kind of presets. You can go here to click, not right click, but you just click the 3 dots up here and you can click save new preset. These are some of the presets I have saved here. They automatically save them in a tab by themselves. So I got like an alpha channel. Anytime I want to render out something that has the alpha background, 4K render, Instagram render, basically has the 1080 by 1080 dimensions saved into it, 30 frames a second frame rate, MP4 and H.264, and it's always like that. So you go back here, hit alphas or QuickTime, 4K, QuickTime. Your presets are there, so therefore you don't have to go through messing with the settings or anything like that for your delivery tab, thus quickening your process. That's been the video. If you got any questions or concerns, be sure to drop them in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next video.
We gon' come and see about it, flexing like discreet about it.